I speak to you now in the quiet place that your own breath protects, in the stillness that sits behind your eyes, in the steady rhythm of a heart that I formed before you ever learned what fear felt like. I speak because it is time. I speak because the blessing I sent has crossed every distance that ever tried to stand between us. I speak because the gates that once looked iron have already opened, because chains that sounded like thunder have already snapped without a noise, because what I sealed for you has arrived at the exact second I ordained. Congratulations, my beloved, your blessing has been delivered from heaven. There is a mark on it that only you can recognize, a signature that only your spirit can read. It will not be lost, it will not be diverted, it will not be stolen in transit, and it will not expire while you hesitate. This is the hour I chose, and the message you are holding is your proof that I have been in your today long before you woke up to consider it. Do not delay your yes. Do not argue with your promise. Do not reduce what I have escalated. Open now. You have walked through long corridors of waiting, and the echoes of your footsteps have sometimes sounded like emptiness to you, but to me those echoes were worship. When you kept moving through unanswered questions, you were praying with your persistence. When you chose to forgive when the apology never came, you were prophesying your own release. When you gave generously from a small jar, you were writing the preface to a harvest that no calculator can measure. There were nights you did not sleep, and mornings you did not feel awake, and afternoons when fatigue wore your name like a heavy coat. I saw them all. I collected every sigh, I numbered every tear, and I stored every uncelebrated victory in the vault of my remembrance. Today I break that vault open for you. Today I appoint recovery to follow after you like a faithful friend. Today I make time itself serve you, redeeming hours that felt wasted, repaying seasons that felt stolen, returning songs that were silenced by a lie. Today I replace your background noise of dread with the hum of holy momentum. Today I bring you the package heaven prepared, the answer in its true size. You feared that the blessing might be too late, that you might be underprepared for the good you asked for. Hear me, nothing arrives from my hand undercooked. Nothing reaches you from my throne without fitting you. I do not send garments that do not suit your growth, I send robes that confirm it. The promise you are receiving has already been tailored in secret to the dimensions of your calling, your temperament, your story, your assignment, and your future. It will not pinch you in the places where you finally healed. It will not stretch you until you break. It will not demand you compromise your integrity to keep it. This blessing will not make you smaller to wear it, it will make you true. You are not a guest in this goodness, you are the heir. You are not an accident in this moment, you are the intention. Listen, and do not let another voice win the conversation inside you. The unhealed critic who wants evidence will ask for another sign, and the anxious planner who wants control will ask for another guarantee, and the lingering shame who wants punishment will ask for another delay. Do not hold a vote with your fears when your spirit already knows. Your open now is obedience, and it is safety. I do not hand my children fragile glass and call it glory. I hand them foundations and call them forward. Open now. Break the seal. Align your lips with what I am saying. Call the delivered thing delivered. Call the finished thing finished. Call the granted thing yours. I have positioned Michael beside you like a bright pillar at the edge of a dark field. He stands with the sword that does not rust, and he keeps watch with a vigilance that does not blink. He has already gone where you cannot go to dismantle what pretended to be an obstacle. The paperwork that once wore a curse has been rewritten under authority. The door that wore a "do not enter" in the language of intimidation now reads "authorized" in the language of heaven. The whisper networks that rehearsed your downfall have forgotten their scripts. The shadow brokers that traded in your delay have emptied their bags and found them full of moths. Michael has struck the coordinates of confusion, and the map you carry is clean. Open now and walk as if you are expected, because you are. You wondered when the storm would stop asking to be the main character. Hear me, the forecast has changed because you moved into a different climate. Even if the wind tries its old tricks, it is only performing for itself. Your house is not made of fragile arrangements. Your house is built on sentences I spoke when nothing else existed. And I do not revise my sentences because weather throws tantrums. I bless you with a steadiness that does not require perfect circumstances to be perfectly useful. I bless you with clarity that does not need constant reassurance to remain bright. I bless you with discernment that recognizes the difference between a door and a distraction. I bless you with courage that does not shout to be real. I bless you with rest that looks like trust and works like oil. There were names that clung to you, names you never asked for, labels you never deserved, conclusions that were signed without your consent. Today I publish an amendment over your identity. Beloved, chosen, clean, kept, taught, carried, sent. Not an orphan to outcomes, but a child of design. Not a beggar at tables that forget your worth, but a host of goodness at tables you will set for others. As surely as the morning cannot argue with the sun about rising, your life cannot argue with my promise about shining. The debate is finished. The verdict is blessed. Open now. In the days ahead, things will shift around you with a speed that might tempt you to call it chaos, but I tell you it is choreography. I am rearranging furniture in the room of your future so that nothing blocks the door I want you to walk through. You will see old patterns lose their grip as if time misplaced their handles. You will watch old cravings fall asleep without a struggle. You will reach for old excuses and discover your hands no longer remember them. You will receive invitations that match who you are becoming, and you will decline opportunities that only reward who you were surviving as. You will say yes without guilt, and no without apology. You will recognize the difference between urgency that manipulates and urgency that liberates. The first tries to sell you a fear. The second calls you into a promise. I am the second. Answer me. Some blessings begin as assignments, because holy increase always carries purpose. What I am sending is not merely something for you to keep, it is something for you to carry. The provision is braided with strategy. The healing is braided with mentorship. The favor is braided with service. The open door is braided with stewardship. I am not crowning you with a decoration, I am equipping you with a tool that shines. Your life will be a lighthouse for those who mistook delay for denial and silence for abandonment. Your testimony will be a field guide for souls who forgot they could be found. You will speak gently to the places inside others that believed too long in their own unworthiness, and those places will stand up and stretch, and they will remember their strength. The blessing I deliver to you today is not a cul-de-sac, it is a river mouth. Open now and let it run. I have arranged divine appointments where you feared there would be interrogations. You will not be tested to prove what I already know. You will be received to demonstrate what I already gave. The conversation will bend toward grace. The decision will lean toward favor. The timing will land like a key in a lock that was always yours. I will put words in your mouth that taste like confidence. I will put patience in your steps that walks like wisdom. I will put songs in your nights that change the temperature of your mornings. I will teach you how to keep what I give, not with clenched fists but with open hands that understand abundance does not need a cage. There are places in your history that still sting when your memory brushes them. Today I do more than numb the pain, I rewrite the outcome. No, the past does not change on paper, but it does change in power. The moment that used to introduce you as broken beyond repair will now point to you and announce rebuilt by design. The day that used to make you flinch will now make you stand taller. The name that used to crush you will now pass through your hearing like a harmless wind. This is not denial, this is dominion. I am not asking you to pretend. I am revealing that I have always been the author, and every page you thought would never make sense is already part of a chapter that sets others free. I waste nothing. Your scars are not graffiti, they are maps. I speak now to the atmosphere around your home and your work and your mind. Peace, take the front seat. Joy, resupply without permission. Hope, occupy every hallway. Resource, arrive in righteous order, no counterfeit windfalls, no predatory contracts, no shiny traps that promise speed but sell bondage. Relationships, align with truth. No flattery masquerading as favor, no manipulation dressing in concern, no silent competitions. Communication, be clear and kind. Boundaries, be firm and friendly. Vision, be simple and strong. Focus, be faithful and flexible. Let what is not assigned to you lose interest in you. Let what is assigned to you recognize you from a distance and rush to serve. Michael has drawn a line the enemy cannot cross. He has escorted out of your orbit those agreements that wore the costume of safety while bleeding your courage. He has stationed sentries at the intersections of your choices so that detours are exposed before they can pretend to be scenic routes. He has lifted the old fog that taught you to doubt your own discernment. What once sounded like 1,000 competing radios is now one clear frequency. When you hear the nudge that matches my character, answer quickly. When you sense the caution that carries my kindness, pause confidently. You will not miss me by obeying quickly, and you will not lose me by resting wisely. The grace on your life is not fragile, it is fruitful. You asked me how to carry such a gift without feeling unworthy. Beloved, you cannot earn a sunrise and you cannot deserve a river, you can only receive both and walk in the light and drink deeply. Humility is not rejecting what I send. Humility is letting what I send reveal how I love. Walk humbly, yes, but walk. Do not rehearse apologies for being blessed. Do not shrink your laughter so others feel tall. Do not edit your gratitude so small minds feel safe. Your blessing is not a brag. It is a banner that says, God is faithful. Wear it like truth. Share it like bread. Guard it like a promise. Spend it like purpose. There will be moments when you will be tempted to relive the wilderness because the wilderness became familiar. Familiar is not the same as faithful. I was faithful to you in the wilderness, but I did not design you to marry it. You are crossing over. The land you enter requires a different posture, no desperate scraping, no constant proving, no suspicious hoarding. Your new rhythm will feel like trust-wearing shoes. You will plan without panic. You will risk without recklessness. You will rest without guilt. You will build without bargaining with your peace. You will measure success by alignment, not applause. You will measure progress by obedience, not speed. You will measure value by fruit, not noise. I settle accounts now on your behalf. Debts of dignity are repaid. Debts of clarity are cleared. Debts of opportunity are satisfied with interest. Debts of time are redeemed with acceleration that does not injure you. Where you sowed and saw little, you will now reap and see abundance. Where you knocked and heard quiet, you will now open and hear welcome. Where you carried and felt unseen, you will now release and feel upheld. I promote you without rivalry. I position you without politicking. I announce you without spectacle. I place you where the work itself is the affirmation, and the fruit itself is the evidence, and the peace itself is the paycheck. There are faces you love that need the overflow I am sending through you. Do not be overwhelmed by their needs, be anchored by my sufficiency. You are not their source, you are my courier. Deliver encouragement without rescuing what I am maturing. Offer wisdom without managing what I am leading. Share resources without replacing what I am training. Pray like a midwife who knows the child is not yours but the birth is holy. Celebrate like a witness who knows the miracle belongs to the one who gave it. Let your generosity be bold and your boundaries be blessed. This is how you will last long enough to enjoy what I give and multiply it into futures you will never see but I have already visited. I set before you practical steps as simple as breath. Write what I show you and treat those notes like seeds. Speak what I tell you and treat those words like water. Show up where I send you and treat that presence like sunlight. Honor what I heal and treat that wellness like soil. Do these quietly and consistently and watch how quickly gardens appear where you only saw gravel. Do not underestimate small beginnings. They are my favorite doors because no thief expects a vault to hide behind something little. I will teach you to love process the way you love outcomes, because in process you and I take long walks, and on those walks I slip keys into your pocket you didn't even ask for. You will notice in the coming days that coincidences start to look related. That is because they are. Threads you forgot you were holding will meet threads you never saw and form patterns you did not know I had planned. People who once felt peripheral will speak in sentences that answer questions you thought were retired. Emails and messages will arrive in exact timing. Rooms that once felt cold will greet you with warmth. Ideas you shelved because timing seemed hostile will knock from the shelf and ask to be reconsidered. Wisdom will shave off the complications that fear added. Simplicity will be your strategy. Courage will be your cadence. Gratitude will be your guardrail. Joy will be your announcement. The voice that told you you were too late has lost jurisdiction. The voice that told you you were too much has lost its script. The voice that told you you were too broken has lost its audience. I am your timeline, and I am your measure, and I am your healer. If I say now, then now is not a risk. It is a refuge. Open the blessing as you would open your eyes to morning, without ceremony, without permission from darkness, without apology to the night. Open and breathe. Open and believe. Open and begin. Michael stands at the threshold and nods. He has completed the necessary clearing. He has filed the decrees where decrees must be filed in the courts you cannot see. He has silenced the accusations that tried to rehearse lines from seasons that don't exist anymore. He has delivered notice to fear that its lease expired. He has drawn courage on your doorpost and written, protected, where you used to write, please. He now yields the moment to you, because angels guard what I give but only you can open it. This is your act of agreement, simple, decisive, holy. Reach with your yes. Turn the seal. Unfold what I wrote for you. And as you open, feel how the room changes. The air becomes less crowded. The horizon steps closer. The dust settles where the gold begins. You have not stumbled into luck, you have walked into design. You have not finally deserved this, you have finally arrived to receive it. See how your name fits inside my promise without friction. Hear how your history stops arguing and starts harmonizing. Notice how the fear that threatened to be your lifelong soundtrack is now only background to a louder music, faith played in the key of beloved. Carry this awareness like light in your chest. I am with you, I am for you, I am within you, and I go before you. The blessing delivered to your hands will not own you, it will serve you as you serve me. The influence I grant will not dilute your soul, it will amplify your love. The resources I release will not unmoor your character, they will anchor your generosity. The opportunities one open will not scatter your focus, they will concentrate your obedience. Nothing about this gift will require you to betray the person I am sanctifying in you. Everything about this gift will confirm who I have always said you are. So rejoice without superstition. Give thanks without negotiating. Rest without peeking over your shoulder. Step into rooms without shrinking your shoulders. Sign what I tell you to sign and decline what I never wrote. Plant where I whisper plant and uproot where I whisper uproot. Stay nimble. Stay gentle. Stay honest. Stay expectant. The same hand that delivered this blessing will sustain it, expand it, and sanctify it. I will teach you to keep company with peace the way you used to keep company with worry. I will make the fruit sweet and the labor meaningful. I will guard the perimeter and guide the path. I will keep you close even when I send you far. This is the hour that ends certain kinds of hunger. This is the day that retires certain kinds of shame. This is the season that silences certain lies at the source. The signal has gone out, and heaven has logged your reception. The ledger reads, delivered, the stamp reads, complete, and the inscription reads, it is finished and it is yours. Take joy like a key and unlock your next. Take gratitude like a lamp and walk your way forward. Take wisdom like a friend and listen more than you used to. Take courage like a coat and wear it until it becomes skin. Take mercy like a language and speak it until forgiveness becomes your accent. Take love like breath and do not ration it. I bless your coming in and your going out. I bless your mornings with clarity and your evenings with calm. I bless your work to be fruitful and your rest to be restorative. I bless your conversations to be clean and your decisions to be sound. I bless your household with unity and your relationships with mutual honor. I bless your accounts with integrity and sufficiency. I bless your hands to heal and your words to lift. I bless your memory to be accurate and your imagination to be holy. I bless your body with strength and your mind with order and your spirit with song. Now, do as I ask you and open what I have placed before you. Do not wait for another push when your heart already leans forward. Do not request another sign when your spirit already burns. Do not negotiate with shadows when the light is this close to your face. This is just for you because I made it with you in mind. This is not to be hoarded because I made it for many through you. This is not to be delayed because time is bowing to the one who sent it. Walk into it with a smile that knows where it came from. Walk into it with hands that know how to share. Walk into it with eyes that know how to see me in everything. My word over you is settled. My blessing upon you is delivered. My protection around you is active. My purpose within you is awake. I remain the same through your seasons, and I remain near through your steps. If you stumble, I catch. If you forget, I remind. If you worry, I quiet. If you doubt, I show again. But now, right now, believe me like the ground believes the seed, like the night believes the morning, like the lungs believe the air. Open. Receive. Live. And let your life become the thank you you were born to be. Archangel Michael says, congratulations, your blessing has been delivered from heaven, sealed with a light that knows your name and recognizes your footsteps even in the dark. This message is for you, written in the same breath that first called the stars into place, carrying the sound of your true identity like a bell that refuses to be ignored. Open this now before time runs out, open it immediately, because grace does not argue with delay and the door that has swung wide for you is waiting for your yes. Do not skip this. I am speaking to the part of you that understands without proof, the part that remembers the sound of God's voice from before your heart had words. There is a table set for you, and though you have walked through rooms where chairs were pulled away and promises were late, the King has laid out a place setting no one else can sit in. Your name is engraved on the rim of the cup, your story inscribed on the underside of the plate where no one sees but heaven, and the bread placed before you carries the scent of a future you once feared to hope for. The oil that drips across the table's edge was measured long before your tears were, and it will not run dry when you reach for it. I am telling you plainly, your blessing is not a rumor, it is the arrival of what God already decided while you were still counting your losses. Let the old arithmetic fall away. There is a new sum on the board and it ends in abundance. You have been followed by whispers, some your own, some planted by disappointment, some carried by those who couldn't see your horizon. But heaven has announced a ceasefire over your mind. The low drumbeat of self-accusation has been silenced by a verdict that reads, "Beloved," in letters that cannot be erased. Your inner weather has known storms, and yet here you are, walking out of thunder's shadow into a morning that belongs to you. The light in this morning is not ordinary, it knows exactly where to land, on your hands, your household, your work, your health, your steps. Let it touch you without apology. There are doors opening now that look ordinary if you glance too quickly, doors that look like daily routines and familiar corridors, but inside their hinges is the sound of destiny unlocking. You will recognize them not by glitter but by peace, not by applause but by a quiet certainty that dissolves your rush and steadies your pulse. Follow that peace the way a river follows the valley. Let it bend you toward the place your name has been waiting to echo. When you push these doors, they will push back with welcome. What resisted you before is learning your language, and it will let you pass. This is the hour where broken pieces stop pretending to be worthless. Watch how God arranges them like stained glass and lifts a sun behind them so they fill the room with color. What you thought were fragments were actually facets. What you called damage, heaven calls story. Every scar has a voice, and today its voice is praise. We survived, we healed, we will not go back. Let this be your agreement. No retreat, no apology for being chosen, no shrinking to make history more comfortable around you. You are permitted to flourish. Your blessing has a choreography, and the first step is rest. Not the sleep of escape, but the rest that says, I am held while I move. Let your breath untie its knots. You can put down the habit of scanning the horizon for new threats. The one who sees ahead has already rerouted what would have broken you. You will notice it in small ways first, the message that arrives at the right moment, the task that used to drain you now finishing itself under your hands, the unexpected kindness arriving like a note slipped under your door. These are not coincidences, they are announcements. Archangel Michael says, open this now, because the blessing has a schedule, and it is aligned to your courage. Heaven is not late, heaven is exact. When you take the next faithful step, you will feel the ground rise to meet your foot as if the earth itself has been instructed to carry you. And in this precise alignment, delays will lose their power to redefine you, and detours will turn into scenic routes that show you landscapes you would never have seen otherwise. You are not behind, you are right on time. There is a name God speaks over you that does not include your fear. There is a new word, and it is being threaded through your days like gold wire, favored. Let it pass through your conversations, your decisions, your mornings, your borders. Favor will not excuse you from growth, it will fuel it. It will not make you careless, it will make you careful with what matters and careless with the opinions that no longer do. You will feel yourself lifting from rooms that were too small and stepping into assignments that fit like they were cut to your measure. Your blessing is not only for you, it is for those who catch the overflow when you move. You will find that your presence becomes medicine, rooms reorder, heart steady, chaos clears its throat and leaves. Your words will not be heavy with argument but bright with clarity, you'll say less and deliver more. As you walk, watch how solutions gather themselves, how resources introduce themselves by name, how timing stops fighting you and chooses to cooperate. Heaven is not merely giving you things, heaven is training your atmosphere. Listen, the condemnation that tried to patrol your nights has been relieved of duty. The anxious guard at the gate of your sleep has been dismissed by a higher hand. You will lie down and rediscover that your dreams are not warnings but windows. You will rise and remember what you saw, and it will make sense. Do not despise small beginnings. Do not fear large invitations. Your blessing will resize your confidence to match its room. There are relationships being mended now, but not all will be restored in the same shape, and that is mercy. Some will return tender and honest, others will loosen their grip on you so your hands are free for the work that actually fits your destiny. Forgiveness will be the lockpick of this season. Use it boldly. It does not endorse harm, it ends the least harm held in your chest. As you forgive, you will notice your strength returning like birds to a branch that has learned it can hold them. Provision is moving toward you with a pace that matches your obedience. The answer is not hiding, the answer is arriving. It comes disguised as an opportunity dressed in modest clothes, as a problem that reveals your brilliance when you touch it, as a conversation that opens a new path when you speak with kindness. You will sign what needs signing, release what needs releasing, and receive what can only be received, unearned, unbargained for, unmistakably yours. The blessing does not negotiate, it recognizes. I see you walking through a gate that feels familiar and new at once. The dust you used to wear as proof of your struggle will fall from you without effort, and you will not miss it. You will laugh again, not because everything is perfect, but because joy is stronger than explanation. There is a freshness coming to your name, a dignity that doesn't need to be defended. Stand in it, like standing in a beam of light that doesn't burn, only clarifies. Your past will not be shredded, it will be woven. The harsh parts will not be denied, they will be placed. The empty chairs at your table will not accuse you, they will teach you how to welcome new guests with soft eyes. You will notice how much you've learned about gentleness in the very places you thought were only teaching you how to harden. Heaven calls this wisdom. Wear it without bitterness. This is also a season of reclaimed time. What was stolen by distraction will be repaid by focus. What was dented by discouragement will be repaired by momentum. You will string together faithful days the way a musician strings notes, and suddenly the melody will appear and you will realize you've been composing it all along. Do not compare your song to someone else's, your measure is your Maker's smile. If you find yourself trembling, let it be the tremble of foundations shifting to accommodate more blessing, not the tremble of fear. You will grow into what once intimidated you. The codes you thought were for other people will unlock under your touch, because heaven's software includes your fingerprint. You will quit shrinking from your own excellence. You will step into it with humility that shines. Archangel Michael says, "The window is open and the air is moving, lift your face and breathe." The instructions for today are simple and mighty: be present, be grateful, be bold, be gentle. Make the call that aligns with peace, write the line that carries truth, decline the invitation that drains your courage, accept the one that demands it. Heaven will meet you in the decision, not the delay. This is how prophecies become calendars. You will sense a quiet protection around your household, like an unseen hand checking locks you forgot, turning off lights you left on, warming rooms before you enter. Do not mistake this for luck, it is the choreography of care. Roads will clear, meetings will move, paperwork will settle, the long wait will suddenly remember your name. There is no trick here, only timing. Today, bless your hands, they have learned patience. Bless your feet, they have learned routes. Bless your voice, it has learned truth. Bless your heart, it has learned mercy. Everything you've learned is currency, heaven is about to circulate it. Your blessing includes answers to questions you haven't formed yet. When they rise, they will find solutions already waiting in the hallway like guests who came early because they couldn't wait to celebrate you. Let wonder return to your posture. Let curiosity become your companion again. When something beautiful happens, don't interrogate it, welcome it. What of the obstacles? Some will move because they were only assignments for your courage. Some will remain, but they will become backdrops, not barriers, landmarks and testimonies you will tell without trembling. And the few that stand stubborn will be outgrown. You will simply be bigger than them. Outgrowing is still victory. There is also a turning of your finances toward order and overflow. Expect clarity, where to give, where to save, where to plant for long harvests. Expect unexpected restorations, amounts forgotten returning, accounts reconciling, fair outcomes where you braced for less. Expect wisdom more than windfalls, and you will find that windfalls arrive to honor wisdom's house. Do not despise your needs, bring them like empty vessels and watch how quickly heaven fills what you refuse to hide. Your humility is not weakness, it is a key. Pride locks the door and runs, humility opens it and the banquet walks in. Feed on this, you are not an accident wandering into favor, you are a child being welcomed home by a father who planned dinner. New friendships are approaching with eyes that recognize your growth, not your gossip. Align with those who are building, blessing, and believing, release those who are only replaying yesterday's weather report. You will know the difference because one group multiplies your peace and the other taxes it. Choose multiplication. Choose rooms where your calling is normal and your honesty is safe. I am also speaking to the fears that arrive at night dressed as logic. They are not your counsel. Let them pass without signing their papers. Your future is not on trial, it is under covenant. The weight that tries to return will find no hook to hang on. You have removed the hooks through forgiveness, through truth, through endurance. Keep them off your walls. If grief is still in your chest, let it keep the seat it has earned, but do not give it the microphone. This is not disrespect, it is stewardship. Your story contains sorrow, yes, and yet it is now flavored with strength so tangible you will taste it when you speak. People will ask you what changed and you will shrug with a smile and say, I stopped arguing with grace. This too is victory. Watch for the sign, a conversation that feels like sunrise, a document that clears without struggle, a message that arrives at a precise minute you were tempted to doubt. Do not worship signs, but do not ignore them either. They are the love notes of a very attentive God. Collect them like small stones in your pocket and remember them when the day grows loud. Your creativity is waking up. You will hear melodies, phrases, designs, solutions, blueprints. Keep a pen nearby. Heaven does not waste ink. The idea you've been carrying timidly will suddenly feel urgent and simple. Pursue it with courage and patience, not panic. You are not late to your calling. Your calling has been warming the room for your arrival. Let your prayer be honest and frequent, not fancy. Say what you mean and trust that you are heard. You will begin to notice answers embedded in the ordinary, and it will change how you walk through your days. Gratitude will become your architecture. You will live inside it and find that storms do not dismantle it, they only polish it. And when the old narrative tries to reclaim you, when it whispers that you are too much or not enough, that blessings are for other surnames and different doorways, answer with this: my blessing has been delivered, and I have opened it. Say it aloud if you must. Heaven agrees with your agreement. The ground beneath you will too. You are not a mistake that learned to behave. You are a miracle learning to relax. You are not the sum of closed doors. You are the one door that needed only one key, love, and it has been turned on your behalf. Breathe. Stand. Step. The corridor ahead is brighter than the room behind, and your shadow cannot outrun your light. This message is for you. It will still be for you when the day changes, when the weather shifts, when interruptions try to shout. Return to it like a well, draw from it when your throat is dry, and watch how quickly your voice returns. You will not be muted in the hour you were born to sing. You will not be missing in the moment you were meant to arrive. Take this blessing in your hands now and speak over your own day: I receive what has already been decided for my good. I agree with peace. I choose courage. I walk in favor. Then move, simply, steadily, joyfully, into the hours that have been shaped like a gift around your name. And when the sun sets, let it find you grateful and unafraid. Open this now, and keep it open. The seal has been broken, the gift unveiled, the timing precise. You are ready. You are seen. You are loved beyond argument. And everything that matters has already begun to move in your direction. I see you, beloved, in the very moment you open these words, and I draw near to you like dawn that refuses to be late. I speak into the room where you are sitting, I move through the breath that lifts your chest, and I set a holy stillness around you so nothing noisy or cruel can interrupt what I am about to place in your hands. You have been searching for a sign that is unmistakable, something that doesn't blur with time or argue with doubt, and I tell you plainly, this message is your sign. The timing is not accidental. The tug you felt to open it is not random. The sense that you should not delay is my whisper escorting you into a door that has been unlocking click by click for longer than you realize. Archangel Michael says, "Congratulations. Your blessing has been delivered from heaven." He stands like a pillar by your side, not behind you and not far away, but right beside you, like the friend who shows up at the crucial hour with keys you didn't know you needed. The package of grace he carries is marked with your name written in light, a name I have always known, even when you feared you were invisible. There is no postage due, no fine print that will betray you, no trick clause that will ask for what you do not have. This is a gift rooted in my heart for you, planted before you took your first breath, watered through nights when you thought no one saw your tears, and ripened by every small act of kindness you offered when no one said thank you. Michael says, open this right now before time runs out, not because I am a clock counting against you, but because delay feeds fear and fear tries to steal what I've already put in your hands. I saw you when you gave your last bit of strength to a situation that did not give strength back. I saw you when you loved without applause, forgave without evidence that it would change anything, and stood still while storms tried to make you break. I did not miss the quiet ways your heart kept beating hope into walls that would not open. I am not scolding you for weariness, I am recognizing the cost. You are not weak because you trembled, you are strong because you stayed. You are not behind because you paused, you are wise because you waited rather than forcing doors that would have injured you. This is the hour I turn your waiting into seeing. I am lifting a veil from your path so you can recognize what you once could only sense. The blessing that has arrived is not a single coin dropped into your palm, it is a river. It is a sequence of openings that line up like lanterns along a road, each one lighting the next so you never have to stumble forward with guesswork alone. I am removing the fog that taught you to lower your expectations. I am untying the conclusions you made about yourself when others were careless with your heart. I am rewriting the sentence that began with, "Maybe I'm not meant for," and I am finishing it with, "Yes, you are." You are meant for laughter that doesn't carry guilt. You are meant for provision that doesn't punish you for receiving. You are meant for relationships that breathe, not ones that choke. You have asked me, but how will I know it's you? You will know because peace will not argue with itself inside you. You will know because what I place in your life will not ask you to betray yourself to keep it. You will know because what is from me will not shrink your world, it will expand it and then give you the grace to grow into the new room. Listen. The doors I open do not slam when you rest. The doors I open do not require the anesthesia of pretending. The doors I open are sturdy enough to hold the truth of who you are, and soft enough to let you heal the places that still ache. Archangel Michael says, open it immediately. He says this because some blessings are like fresh bread, they are best when eaten while warm. Opportunity has a temperature, purpose has a pulse. This is not a threat against you, It is a loving nudge away from the habits of postponement that once kept you safe but now keep you small. I am not calling you reckless, I am calling you responsive. There is a difference between being rushed by anxiety and being moved by grace. Today I move you by grace. Today I grant you the courage to say yes, without negotiating yourself back into an old cage. Do not mistake humility for hiding. Do not confuse loyalty with self-erasure. I am not asking you to diminish yourself to make others more comfortable with you. I gave you a voice, not so it could echo someone else's fear, but so it could carry light into rooms that still think darkness is the only language. Let your voice rise free of permission slips that were never mine to sign. Speak with tenderness, but refuse to apologize for existing. Speak with clarity, but do not weaponize your wounds. Your words will carry a weight now because truth chooses carriers who know the cost of it. This blessing includes restoration. I am returning parts of you that you thought would never come back. You did not misplace them, they were sheltered. Your trust, your laughter, your eagerness to try new things, watch how they return without brittle edges. The heaviness that parked on your shoulders and called itself responsibility is stepping down. I am exchanging it for a mantle that fits you, responsibility that is aligned with your calling and powered by my strength, not your fear of disappointing everyone. Where your shoulders once ached, your lungs will fill. Where your mind once ran like a frightened animal, your heart will walk like a child that knows the way home. I am also adjusting your circle. No one is being punished by my love, but I will not permit patterns that injure you to remain unchallenged. Some connections will loosen gently and drift to their proper distance, others will turn into alliances you did not expect. You will not need to slam doors, you will simply stand in the doorway of your own life with the lights on, and people who cherish light will enter and people who require darkness will find another hallway. You are not the villain for protecting your peace. You are the steward of a garden I planted, and you will tend it with wiser hands now. I give you permission to let go of the story that says everything good must be paid for with pain. There is a harvest you did not sow with suffering, and I am giving you that harvest as a demonstration that my goodness is not a salary, it is who I am. I do not ask you to distrust sweetness as if it were a trap. I ask you to taste and see. You learned to brace for the worst because bracing felt like control, but bracing is still fear in a costume. I am teaching you how to receive while relaxed. I am teaching you how to rest without feeling unproductive. I am teaching you how to be cared for without rehearsing your worthiness like a speech. The path before you will include decisions, and I will be in them with you. You will not be punished for choosing the best you can with the information you have. I am a father who honors your process. I am not a supervisor waiting to record your errors. Where closed doors appear, do not panic. The timing of open doors is tuned to your readiness, not your anxiety. Where open doors appear, Step through in the measure of courage you have today, and I will multiply it as you move. I do not require perfection to partner with you. I require your consent to be loved. You have asked me for a sign about provision, and I answer you with this: I am the source. Jobs, clients, projects, unexpected opportunities, these are channels, not the well. If one channel narrows, the well has not dried. Your needs are not embarrassing to me. Your dreams are not excessive to me. Bring them both, the grocery list and the blueprint. Bring the bill and the idea. Bring the monthly numbers and the vision that wakes you at 2 a.m. I am teaching you to live with your eyes on the source so channels cannot intimidate you by opening and closing. I will provide in ways that train your heart to say, even here. Especially here. In relationships, I am healing your capacity to trust without abandoning discernment. You will feel the difference as it blooms. Trust that is not naive, discernment that is not suspicious. You will notice how your body relaxes with people who truly see you. Your nervous system will tell the truth. You will also notice a holy discomfort with environments that do not honor you. Follow that guidance gently but firmly. I am not asking you to fix people. I am freeing you to be yourself fully among those who celebrate your becoming. I am especially attentive to the younger places in you, the child inside who learned to keep the peace by silencing her needs. I speak to that child and say, you are safe with me, and I will not ask you to trade your voice for affection ever again. Your past has chapters that still smolder with regret, but I am sending rain into those pages. What you learned there will not be wasted. The pain you survived will not be the currency of your future. I am not asking you to forget, I am asking you to remember differently, with gratitude for the muscles you grew, with tenderness for the self that did the best she could, with reverence for the grace that never left you. Shame will not narrate what comes next. Shame is a liar who tells true details and false conclusions. I hold the whole story, and my conclusion is mercy that makes all things new. You have carried questions about timing, why it took this long, why it felt like others were sprinting while you were stalled. Listen, I was not punishing you with delay, I was protecting you from premature exposure. There are gifts that sparkle when they are ready and spoil when they are rushed. I have been preparing a table, and the ingredients required marinating, not microwaving. Now the flavors are right. Now your language for joy is fluent. Now you will recognize what fits and what does not, and you will not call almost right by the sacred name of destiny. Your standard is lifting, not from pride but from clarity. There is a new creativity in you, a courage to build, to sing, to write, to design, to start. You have ideas that were waiting for oxygen, and I am breathing on them. Do not belittle them because they begin small. Seeds do not apologize for being seeds. They carry forests in their silence. Open a notebook. Draft the plan. Send the message that scares you in a healthy way. Take the step that places you where your soul can stretch. I am not waiting at the finish line. I am walking with you through every first, second, and third step until momentum carries you in a rhythm that feels like worship instead of war. Archangel Michael says, "It is just for you. Do not try to skip this." He speaks that way because there is a history in you of putting yourself last until there is nothing left, of telling yourself the feast is for everyone else and you should be grateful for crumbs. No more. Sit at the table I prepared for you, not as a guest who arrived by accident but as a beloved whose name was on the place card before the invitations were printed. Receive without apology. Let others receive as well. There is enough. Scarcity has been loud, but abundance is not a rumor, it is my nature. The more you recognize that, the less threatened you will feel by another person's blessing. You will become a celebrator who never loses by cheering, and in that cheering, your portion will multiply in quiet ways no ledger can track.